we've got some ultimate first world problems, right? I've got a 3-door Cosworth that hasn't got any MOT, doesn't run right, massively over fueling, right? Needs looking at. And I've got a Sapphire Cosworth that is very far from MOT. I'll show you the Sapphire. At the time of this filming, obviously it's got no front end on, there's the front bumper. It's also got no brake servo reservoir type thing. That's on the floor there. But this car needs a lot of work to get MOT'd back on the road. It hasn't actually been MOT'd since 2014, so it's about 8 years ago. This Cosworth, on the other hand, I reckon with a bit of time I could probably get this running. Like I see, it's just over fueling. I've spoken to some Facebook experts and they've said there's 2 sensors it could be. So we're going to take the bits off the Sapphire and try and get that Cosworth running. The bonnet vents off the 3-door are missing in the seat there. They need putting back on, but that's a quick job. Now, according to the experts, there's two sensors it could be, right? Let's see it. This car is massively over fueling to the point where if you take a spark plug out, there's like literally a little puddle on top of the piston. I've done an oil change and there's an extra 1.5 litres in the sump. I'm guessing of fuel. I've just changed the oil, by the way. It's still got the problem. I've never tried to run it. I know it's still there. Oil change isn't going to fix that. So this is one of the sensors it could be. This is a coolant temperature sensor. The other thing it could be is what they call a 3-bar map sensor. Now we'll change this. We'll take the map sensor off the Sapphire, put it on the 3-door. We'll see if we can get it running right. Then we'll MOT it. I haven't drove it in a while and I'm missing it. One of the first things we're going to need to do is jack the car up, because I've literally, for the coolant temperature sensor, I need to get my hand right up in the guts of the engine bay. You can't get it from the top. Right, we've got it on an axle stand. We'll take this wheel off, we'll get cracking. For these wheels we need a little 5mm Allen key to take this cap off. Then we need a 19 socket with a little extension on. I've had these wheels on and off a few times, so I know the process. Oh yeah, that's a 17. 19 socket. Now in this wheel arch, you see these 3 nuts here. This holds one of the sensors, the map sensor. The other one is right up in the engine bay. We'll take that map sensor off, we'll take the one off the Sapphire. Hopefully we can get this running, or running as it should. Right, this sensor is nearly off, just a couple of screws. Here is the map sensor, so we'll unplug this and that. Then we'll swap this for the one on the Sapphire, because I know the Sapphire runs spot on. Then we'll figure out what's broke later on. So this is the map sensor of the SAF, one of the sensors we need. I've also painted the bracket up because, I mean, well, it just looks nicer, doesn't it? But I noticed, right, on this map sensor, it looks like it gets some kind of earth. Can you see that? That's like metal, all the rest are plastic. So I'm guessing it gets some kind of earth off this bracket. So all I'm going to do is, because I've painted it, I'm going to get like a drill, like a decent sized drill bit. I'm just going to scratch the paint off where that map sensor sits, just so it gets like your earth and, don't know, prevents anything going wrong, doesn't it? So just rub the paint off with a good scratch. And because I'm a little bit strange in the head, I'm going to put a little bit of grease on just so it doesn't rust, because I have a thing about rust. So a little bit of grease on the map sensor where we'll scratch the paint off just so it doesn't cause any issues. Then we'll put the map sensor on, we'll get the screws, we'll fasten it on and we'll put it on the car. Let's put this back on the car and hopefully we've fixed any issues of the car massively over fueling. Then we can get it MOT'd and we'll go mooch about in it. So where's our connectors? There's one here. So that clicks onto here, like that. Then we'll get this 90s style silicone hose, connect that onto there. Let's put this back together. let's get under, we'll change this coolant temperature sensor. I believe what we need is a 19 milli spanner, and hopefully we don't lose too much water, because I haven't got any like coolant to put back in. I mean, it's not a big deal, I just have to get the outfits, but hopefully we'll not lose too much. So we've got our torch here, see what we're getting up to. Let's get under. If we look up here, yeah, that's it there, that blue bit, so that's what we need to get off. It's in a bit of an awkward place, but hopefully we'll manage with just a spanner. So we'll clip this onto there somewhere. Then we'll get our spanner and have a go. Ah. Quickly get this one, plug the hole. Oh. Right, that's that done, there's that on, tightened up, connections back on. Then it's just a case of putting the car back together, seeing if it starts and runs alright. I'm just going to quickly take the spark plug out. I fired the car up, started spot on, I knocked it off. I'm just going to quickly check on the spark plugs, because usually once I've done, like if I hadn't done this sensor, this plug will be full of fuel. So we'll quickly whip this plug out and we'll check it for fuel. Right, it's a good sign. The spark plug is not full of fuel, it's dry. Normally this will be absolutely caked in fuel. So we'll put it back in and we'll try and start it again and just let it run. We'll let that run, get up in temperature. Normally it will cut out, so we'll see how we're going. So far so good. Just keep an eye on the temperature, we'll let the fans kick in. There's the fans kicking in. I think we'll fix this, fellas. Normally it would cut out or it wouldn't start, it would not be running this well. We're going to knock it off, then we'll get cracking with the next job. Right fellas, so the next job is something you should do on all Cosworths. I just took the fuel pressure regulator off the 3-door and I put it on the SAF because I wanted to get the bottom of some running issues. So I've just ordered from Vantage Performance a brand new fuel pressure regulator. It should be in here. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go, a brand new one. Quick and easy job to do. Let's put it on. So this here is the fuel pressure regulator. They are known to start failing. They've got like a rubber diaphragm in, they start splitting, they spill fuel, and then drops on your distributor, catches fire, you lose your Cosworth. So that's why people start to fit these now. I'll leave a link if you've got a Cosworth and you want one of these for yourself. But we'll whip this little fire starter off and we'll put this one on. So what I'm doing here is I'm removing the bracket that holds the fuel pressure regulator onto the rail and we're reusing it. Right, that is a quick and easy fix to what could be an expensive problem if it catches fire. We'll start the car up, we'll make sure there's no fuel leaks. Check for fuel leaks. Just rub my finger around, check for any fuel coming out, make sure it's all dry. might notice on the 3-door the bonnet vents are missing. Here they are. Now while we don't need them for MOT, I think just out of respect you've got to put the bonnet vents on the car. So we're going to refit them. The reason they're not in at the minute is because if you look there's some little brass bits. That's what holds the bonnet vent on. Well, there's one of the little brass bits fell out of this vent. So in this bag we've got some little brass insert type things. We'll just fit them on this vent. I'll get one of these out of here. Then that should just push into there. Right, so put these little brass things in. I'm just going to put a thread in. Like that, that's it. Then we'll just give it a little tap and we'll knock it home. Not a big hit, just a little hit. Take that out. And hopefully that should stay in there. And then it's just a case of getting some new, I bought some new stainless steel screws in there, look, there, just to keep the bonnet vents on. I've got stainless steel because the reason these knock up is like the Ford used metal screws and the rust, and it just, obviously it just all goes to pot. We will put these back on the car now with some stainless steel screws. Put the bonnet vent in. Like so. Get the screws and get a couple out of here. We'll get the appropriate size Allen key. We'll screw it on.
To stay here all night, I wonder, do you feel it too? Magic between me and you, the way that you make me feel. You wonder if I feel the same, the blood's rushing through your veins. And then when I say
done. Right, now we are almost ready for the MOT. But for some reason, underneath the car, obviously, there's like these little plastic clips that hold the fuel lines and the brake lines on. Well, these are my clips. For some reason, they've all fell to bits, can you see? I don't know what happened, I was looking under the car and they were all in bits. So I've ordered, in here, I've got some brand spanking new clips. Apparently genuine Ford, but they're not in the bag. I bought them on eBay. So what we'll do is, we'll fit these on the car. There's 4 clips. I've got the screws, like some special screws. I've got the screws off the old clips, so let's bang these on the car. Right, what we're going to do is jack the car back up and put some axle stands under. Right. These are genuine Ford, they've got the Ford logo stamped on. I don't think you'll be able to see, but all you've got to do is, we've got 2 fuel lines and a brake line. Okay, so that goes like that. So what we'll do is, we will clip, our brake line goes over that side, into there, and we've got 2 fuel lines. We'll make sure we don't cross them over. And onto there, and that clicks onto there. Then you get your screw, and that screws like that. Now there's 3 more of them to do, so I'm going to crack on with them. That is that job done. Right fellas, let's get Lexi in the car and go for an MOT. Fingers crossed it goes alright. Haven't drove the car in a while. It should be alright, but let's just cross our fingers. Since I've heard that noise. Right, let's get the MOT station. It's been a long time since I drove this car. I've also got a new steering wheel on. This wheel wasn't on when I bought the car. So when the car's in for the MOT, me and Lexi just sat outside in the sun. Lexi. passed with no advisories. Lexi. That's it. Put some petrol in. We've got an MOT. I'm going to tax it at night when I get in, and I'm going to use this car loads this summer. I see it every year. This year it's going to be different. I must say I really like this new steering wheel as well. It's an RS3 spoke. It's nice and fat and chunky. Very nice. Right, now the car has got all the petrol in, so I'm going to head to a petrol station and I'm going to put some good quality petrol in it, just to try and flush out all the old junky petrol that's in the tank at the minute. Hey Lexi! Hey Lex! I am going to drive the shit out of this car this summer. Right fellas, that is it. The car is now MOT'd, taxed, tested, insured, everything fully legal. I'm going to be using it a lot over the summer. If you want to follow along as well with my SAF project, don't forget to subscribe, and you can check out the old videos when I picked it up, cleaned it. I bought it from Scotland, hasn't been MOT'd in a while. They're good videos, check them out. But yet again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.